What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Football Bros Week 7. Football odds, spreads, and picks, predictions. I do want to say to the channel, we might be streaming here soon, either Thursday or Friday. You don't have to be at the stream, but if you want to know our live results or live predictions or live rankings, live sleepers and all, you can be here and it will be every single week at the same time. Also, you don't have to be here. You can watch the re-upload of the video. So that's something in works. Also, we do this on Thursdays right now. So it's Thursday Night Football up on the screen that we look up at here and there. And from there, we go about it. So we did start recording. We had some IO technical difficulties, and then Marley, Cruz's dog, luckily knocked everything over, and we get to
So he was
a
blessing in disguise.
Blessing in disguise.
For week 7, the first one was Atlanta at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is -2.5 at home. I took Tampa Bay. Mikey here took Tampa Bay. Cruz took ATL. The second game we had.
Before we do it, because I do want to break down why we chose those, because if we just say what we chose, they don't have a meaning or understanding why we did. But just a brief summary on why I chose Tampa Bay is they're at home. They have it figured out, and I don't know what Atlanta team is showing up. So that's why I like Tampa Bay, me personally.
Baker Mayfield has a little bit of consistency, and that's what I'm going with right now for Tampa Bay.
I like Atlanta because I believe that Bijan Robinson gets it going this week against that Tampa Bay defense. And I think they take Ritter out of the equation, which will win them the game.
Second game we had was Las Vegas at Chicago. Chicago is getting 2.5 points at home. I like Las Vegas on the road. Mikey here likes Las Vegas on the road. And Cruz at the end likes Las Vegas on the road. I think for the simple part about it is we like the Raiders quarterback or the Raiders overall team better than the Chicago Bears overall team.
Yeah, and I think they're putting in a lot more factors. Yeah, they have the Devontae Adams problem. Yeah, they have the Jimmy Garoppolo problem. But the rookie Trey Tucker is coming alive. He's getting way more notice. The rookie tight end from Notre Dame. No, not Monroe. Myers. From Notre Dame is having a lot more passes to him, and he's coming alive. So I just think a lot of components are coming alive. Going with the Raiders is kind of tough for me being a Raider fan, but I do believe as an NFL fan in general, I think they pull it out.
The next game we went over was Cleveland at Indianapolis. Indianapolis getting 3 points at home. I went with Indianapolis. Mikey went with Cleveland, and Cruz here went with Cleveland. I went with Indianapolis just because I feel that Cleveland is going to be beat up from last week's game. Playing with 49ers, it took a little bit of a toll on them. Minshew, they're both playing with backup quarterbacks, and I think I have a little bit more faith in Indianapolis's over Cleveland's.
And I got Cleveland because I believe that Deshaun Watson will finally have a good game. I think he's healthy.
Is he supposed to be back this week?
Yeah, okay. Actually. And that defense stymied the Frisco Niners. I mean, they made Brock Purdy finally look human. I really like Cleveland defense. I think
and to compare to Frisco and Cleveland's defense, Frisco's defense is known for their front seven. I don't know if you can name a Frisco DB other than the Samoan dude.
I don't even know that.
No, right? Well, Cleveland's DBs are pretty good.
Well, Cleveland has technically the #1 rated defense in the NFL right now.
Yeah, well, their DB core is pretty good, and that's why Brock Purdy couldn't do anything with Deebo Samuel getting hurt. I understand, but they have other targets that they can throw to.
And the fourth game that we went over before this sound without was Detroit Lions at Baltimore Ravens. Ravens -3 at home, and it was a consensus. We all like Detroit.
3-1-3, let's go.
Fuck the free world.
Hot hungry with momentum and getting points. I said that would be my money line bet for Detroit to win straight up. So
That's all we need to say about that. We're not gonna go too much into Detroit. They're gonna be biting knees out there. Baltimore came back from London, playing Tennessee, a hard-fought game, and I just
It's hard to heal up that quick.
Yeah.
So.
We're gonna move on to the next game. We have Buffalo at New England, and we have the Bills giving New England 8.5 points.
I like it, dude. I'm sorry. I think Buffalo had a disappointing game last week. They beat the
Buffalo this week?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
I mean, 8.5 is a lot, especially with the way the NFL season has played out. We haven't seen blownouts like we did the first 2 weeks.
On the book?
The book?
Yeah.
The cheating book?
No, the NFL, the yearly book that they come out, that they script out.
That Arian Foster was talking about, like how they all have good actors. And, yeah. I haven't yet.
No? Oh, okay.
I plan to get it later. But most importantly, I need the Buffs to do good. I got, like I said earlier, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. I believe in the Buffs this week. They had a shit week last week, but they're gonna turn around. Watch.
Yeah, who's New England's playmaker? Like, Mac Jones threw it to the Raiders, and and if you're throwing it to the Raiders, I mean,
what's his name? Bourne? Isn't that their main? I don't.
He needs to get reborn. Anyways, Mac Jones is not good. That's all I gotta say. And I'm gonna take the Buffs.
Skidar.
He's just not good.
You already know what I'm gonna do.
Go against us because they're trying to.
No, it's not that I'm just trying to go against you guys to gain some ground. I feel like it's one of these weird things where it's a divisional game. I'm not saying that I don't think New England will lose the game. I just think they might win by like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Okay. To be flat out honest, it's a tough divisional rivalry game, and it's almost like one of these things where New England has played so bad for so long that they're almost due. And if they're going to be due for one, it's going to be playing against a team that they know, and they know the Buffalo Bills. And that's the only reason why I'm going with New England getting 8.5 at home. I think they're going to lose the game. I just don't know if they're going to lose by 8.
Hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I don't blame you.
35, maybe 32-27, 32-24.
Yeah. We have our next game, Washington at the New York Giants, and the Giants are getting 2.5. How you feeling, Cruz?
I think
it's hard. Wanna know why?
It is.
Washington is same thing as Atlanta. You don't know what Washington is showing up.
And is Tyrod Taylor playing or is Daniel Jones back this week?
From what I heard, Tyrod.
It's gonna be Tyrod Taylor.
But
Right?
they might be better without him.
Yeah. So listen, this one is hard for me because the Commanders have the number 15th ranked offense overall. I'm sorry, number 5 actually this week with all the teams that are available. I think Washington has a better defense, but the New York Giants are actually clicking. Saquon's finally, running the ball. Excuse me, they pull off the big upset last week over Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. I think they're coming off of a high and they're at home. I got the Giants in this one.
They almost pulled it off. I mean, they
covered the spread.
they had a moral.
Covered the spread is what I meant.
Yeah,
the Giants last
they had a moral win though. I'm talking about like them in general though, because this one's a little bit different than the Bills because that was a big spread, right? Now we're talking about 2.5 in a divisional game. They're getting 2.5 at home. I like the Giants as well, and I honestly think they have a better defense than Washington. Washington has better components on their defense, but they don't know how to use them, obviously. So they are clicking a little bit more, but when you go up against Desmond Ridder, I guess that's what happens.
Not Ridder.
No, I know. I'm talking about last week. They went against Desmond Ridder.
I think this is a game where when you're looking at two teams that are almost mutually exclusive, equal. when it comes to team quality and counterparts, it's a divisional rivalry. And for that reason alone, I'm taking the home team giving points. New York Giants plus 2.5. It's hard to go against that.
Yeah. Okay, we all have the Giants. Can you not steal my pick?
Stop stealing mine before you steal yours.
Mines are things that explode on the ground.
No, they're not.
Next game, we have Arizona at Seattle. We have the Cardinals getting 7.5, and I'll take the Cardinals.
You're going to take the Cardinals?
Yes, I am going to take the Cardinals.
Yeah.
My Joshua Dobbs, baby. They got his jersey in stock finally, baby. We'll get Joshua Dobbs jersey. Wanna know why? Because he didn't throw over 219.5 passing yards. Let's go. We got the Cardinals. Why? Because it's 7.5. And if Seattle wins by 7, guess what? I win my bet.
Yep. So, go ahead, Scooter.
I'm actually with you, Mike. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think it's going to be a 6 or 7 point win by Seattle. I like Geno Smith this week for my prize pick quarterback. I like him for my regular quarterback as well. And what?
You feel it?
No, that's not
He's like, I'm used to it.
He's like,
that shit doesn't arouse me.
You said that's
Just
small.
because you're usually aroused by a cat's tail doesn't mean
I am. I actually am.
But I'm rocking with Arizona getting 7.5.
No, yeah, for sure. He's gonna go with Seattle. Go for it. They're only by 10. Blah, 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 blah.
yeah, that's the one time I'm going to try and get up on you guys. I'll take Seattle. And just out of spite, just out of strictly trying to
There's no
gain
spite
ground.
here.
I think they could.
I didn't say Sprite. I said,
But when they saw the games on the calendar during the year, this is one of the games that Geno Smith
Penciled
is
in
at
and
home and
said,
is like,
I
I
got
could
this
throw for
one.
353 against him.
and I think that Ty Lockett is hard to cover. I think
I don't think Geno
DK Metcalf is 7-11.
I don't think Geno Smith ever says that.
You don't talk about Gino that way.
Come on, I need this field goal.
This isn't West Virginia.
I need this field goal.
Hey, volunteers.
We're gonna take a pause moment. Let's look. And
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
All right. We have the next game: Pittsburgh at the LA Rams, and the Steelers are getting 3 points.
Was that Master P right there? Na 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 na.
We got Scoochie. We've been kept. Oh no, it's Cruzy show, huh? My bad.
No, it's Scooty today because Scooty is balling.
No, I'm not balling, but you know what? I think the Rams are going to ball this week. They finally got a healthy Cooper Kupp.
I hate you.
Nakua. They got probably the second fastest receiving core in the NFL besides the Miami Dolphins. They're actually,
at water.
Stafford is looking solid. He's actually healthy. Their defense isn't bad.
The running back is actually good.
And Steelers look horrible this year. We don't know what Pickett, Najee Harris.
Hey, listen.
No one's performing.
But they beat the Ravens. They beat the Browns.
That's a divisional
home.
rivalry.
At
Divisional
home.
rivalry.
At home.
Steelers will win.
Pittsburgh is hard to beat at home.
They will go 1-1 against
The
every.
Vegas Raiders.
They will win one game and lose one game to every team.
The win one, drop one. Win one,
The
drop
divisional
one.
rivalry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I don't like the Steelers this week on the road against the Rams.
No. I like the Rams too. I think the Rams have a solid thing going. I didn't think at the beginning of the season we were going to be talking about the Rams this way. And honestly, it's been a surprise. Sean McVay knows what he's doing over there. He's putting both sides of the ball together. I think that he's created a really safe environment for Matthew Stafford, especially with Kupp coming off of the injury now. I think he has so many safety outlets and valves that now with Puka Nacua really coming out as a rookie and really providing a safety blanket. You've seen his activity drop last week, but I don't think it was Puka Nacua at all. I think it was game script. They didn't have to throw the ball a lot. And of course,
And he also dropped a couple easy ones.
easy ones. But Stafford,
But that's gonna happen. That's gonna
Kyrie
happen.
Williams came out with 50 rushing yards his first
Yeah.
5 carries.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they didn't have to throw the
Second
ball a
half.
whole lot. So
I like the Rams too, but I'm not going with the Rams. I'm going with Steelers. You wanna know why? This is why. Because JJ, no, not JJ. It's not. What was his brother?
TJ Watt?
TJ?
TJ is going to get a forced fumble or interception for the game-winning fumble or interception. Why? Because they're going to be under distress, and he's going to make sure Matthew Stafford knows he's there, and Mike Tomlin is going to come out with a dub. I don't know why I feel that way, but I just feel that way. I think it's
you can feel however you want.
I think the Rams are going to win by a field goal, and it's going to end up being a push.
That's fine with me too. We all win, baby. I like it when we all
I
win.
like that too.
Yeah, and that just means, you know, Mike stays in the league. He said I don't. Okay.
beat you for getting-
And if the Detroit and Baltimore wasn't the game of the week, this might be. We have the Chargers at Kansas City Chiefs, and the Chargers are getting 5.5 points. Sheesh, this can go both ways, but
Oh, really?
yeah, I mean, just like you do, just like I do,
Nope.
just like Marley.
Nope.
Um,
I think he has a crush on you.
yeah. Who do you like?
Mecole Hardman just got traded back to the Kansas City Chiefs. From, where was he at again, guys? I forget.
Jets.
The Jets. Yeah,
didn't.
Jets. And it didn't work out.
Yeah,
It didn't pan out,
yeah.
okay? Fucking, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't bet against them. Patty Mahomes is just a monster right now. The Chargers are just coming off of a loss to my Cowboys. I think that morally they're a little bit defeated. You know, they're missing some components in Mike Williams. Palmer's played well. Eckler should do better this week against the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a little bit easier to run on than pass on because of the pressure that they provide at the end position. But, yep, I got Kansas City.
Gucci.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Good.
And
I mean, that's 2 up on you.
they've lost by 3 or 4 points 5 games this year. So it's like, even if they lose, they're losing by covering the spread. I think they're going to be a little bit pissed off about how they lost last week, knowing that they actually should have won that game. And this is one of those games where I think you expect the Chiefs to win at home, but the road team comes in and upsets them. I like the Chiefs getting 5.5 points on the road. I think if the Chiefs win, it might be like by 3 or by 4, and the Chargers cover the spread in that essence.
Yeah, I got the Chargers as well. Just
Good.
knowing this division so well, like the back of my hand.
No, you don't.
Like the front of my hand too.
You don't believe it.
No, I know
You
it.
didn't
I
even
don't
believe it when you said it.
Just knowing this division, they all play each other tough. Even the Chiefs and Broncos, like it wasn't
Don't
like
talk about them right now.
it wasn't. You know, that game wasn't like
They're not
it wasn't
here to
like
Slobber knocker.
Yeah.
They are not here to defend themselves. Do not talk about them.
No, I'm saying against the Broncos, the Chiefs didn't even look all that either. So what I'm trying to say is the Chargers, yeah, they got rid of J.C. Jackson, which that means Mecole Hardman maybe steps in and fucking runs downfield for 150 yards. But does that mean they win by a lot? I don't know. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, 28-24 game. And I'm going to keep it at that.
Nice.
We're going to move on to our next game, which is talking about the Broncos. It is Green Bay at the Denver Broncos, and it's 1 point.
You already know.
Hold up. What's going on here? Because Vegas knows something we don't.
What? What do they
I
know?
don't know. That's the problem.
What do they know? Who's getting a point? Denver?
Denver's getting a point at
It
home.
doesn't matter. It's a point.
Come on, bro. Green Bay Packers have not looked great,
Heard that.
but they haven't looked bad like the Denver Broncos. Okay, the Denver Broncos don't have a defense that can stop anybody. We literally start anybody we can against them because they can't stop anybody. Russell Wilson's gotten pretty lucky with his plays, created some intangibles, you know, some ideas out of the backfield with his legs this year. A little bit offset, I would say. He's not throwing the ball like he used to. So again, I can't choose them until they prove me wrong. So I'm going with Green Bay on this one.
I have Green Bay as well. I want to go with the Broncos just because they're at home, but I just look at their DBs to their wide receivers. You have the whole Jerry Jeudy thing. That's drama with Steve Smith. I don't know if you guys heard about
Yeah,
that.
and then still shit the bed.
And still shit the bed. Like, he was over there before the game against the Chiefs, hyped up to the song, talking shit to Steve Smith, and he had like 19 yards worth of reception. Then you have Russell Wilson and Champagne looking like fucking idiots, talking shit about other people, trying to be prima donnas and all this shit.
Hey.
I just don't get it.
Kendrick Lamar.
Like I don't.
Be
They
humble.
like. I thought the Raiders was a shit show fucking organization. Right
Stay
now,
thirsty, my friend.
right now the Broncos are looking like that, and
It's just not a
it
good
doesn't-
deal.
yeah, it doesn't mean they're not gonna win any games. I just look at the DB core of the Packers and I look at the wide receiver core and just watching film on the Broncos wide receivers quit like a second into the play. Oh, I'm not getting the ball, so I'm just gonna jog. No, whatever. I like it.
And of course, I'm going with Denver.
Good.
That's cool.
And it's not just to be different from you guys.
Sure, it's
I'm
not.
fine with it.
No, their home team, they're getting a point. And if you look at the Denver Broncos schedule, this is one of the games that you see that, okay, you should win this game. Green Bay Packers are not the Aaron Rodgers of the old Green Bay Packers. We don't know if Aaron Jones is going to be fully healthy and playing. We don't know what Jordan Love is going to show up. We don't know what defense is going to show up. They're on the road. Maybe Russell Wilson is a little pissed off from everybody talking shit about him. Maybe he goes off this week. I don't know. Like I said, I see their schedule, and this is one game that they should win out of the games left on their schedule. They're getting points.
Barely getting picked.
I know. Yeah, you know, when you got a lot of money, it takes a little while to get people pissed off. You know, you forgive really easy when you got a lot of money and you ain't got shit to worry about, right?
I just think he doesn't care.
I'm being serious.
This can be the game. So there's 3 games that can be a game of the week. This is one of them.
probably-
And this is the night game. Miami at Philadelphia.
So, classic question.
We have Miami getting 2.5 points.
This is the question that's been asked of all time. Is it the defense or is it the offense that wins games in the NFL? On paper and according to people, the Eagles have a good defense. I haven't seen the defense act the way that they did last year.
I have not.
I'm not as confident with this Eagles defense as I was last year. Last year they were lights out. They were tough to play against. Smash mouth football in the trenches. Had a really good front four. This year they have the same characters, but they're just not playing with the same level of intensity. And I don't understand what's going on. Maybe it's leadership. Maybe it's coaching. Maybe it's culture. You know.
Maybe it's cruise control. They went to the Super Bowl.
That's the other aspect, you know, they got a ring. It wasn't a winning ring, but, you know, they say the wolf on top of the hill is never as hungry as the one climbing it, so maybe they got to get a spark lit under their ass. But at the same time, we're talking about a team that's only lost 1 game so far. So I think Miami Dolphins have the best, fastest offense in the league without a doubt. I think to try and cap any of these superstars, it's really tough. And with the Eagles not performing the way that I would like them to, coming off of a loss when Miami's coming off of a moral victory and everything, I'm not only because I'm a Cowboy fan, but because I truly believe this. I got Miami this week to upset Philly at Philly. I don't think they can stay with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. I think they get overwhelmed. Raheem Mostert is a mobile guy out of the back. He can smash you in the face. He's not a diagonal runner. He
got an
puts the
offense.
physicality on you. So
They got an offense.
I actually got Miami this
I
week.
feel you with that. I'm gonna go with the Eagles, and the reason why I'm gonna go with the Eagles, and the only reason why I'm gonna go with the Eagles, is because I get it. I believe it's gonna be a back and forth thing, and once the Eagles have one leg up, they know how to control the ball. Their offense is their defense as well, because their offense can hold the ball for 10 minutes out of the quarter. And I don't believe Miami would be able to stop them, no matter what they did. Run, pass, do the fucking quarterback wedge.
What's that?
The
The fucking flying V? Like, is that the fucking, is that the Mighty Ducks thing, dude?
100%. Oh yeah, I'm just going with the more logical outlook on it with the Eagles. And yeah, it can go either way, but like I said, I hope Miami wins. But I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
I think the Miami Dolphins are the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC until they prove me wrong. And what I mean by that is they beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. They're 5-1. Do you know what the records of the 5 teams that they beat are? 5-18. They haven't beat a team with a winning record yet. You have, Okay, you put 70 points up on the worst team in the NFL. Great. You put 40 points up at home with the fastest offense against the worst teams. Great. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Now prove me wrong. Do it against a team that is going to challenge you. Or if you lose this week, everyone's going to just say, you're just the Dolphins of the old. You win the teams with losing records, but you don't win the teams that that have a winning record that you're going to potentially face in the playoffs. And until I see that, I got to pick Philly at -2.5.
Okay. Yeah, I understand where you come from. The last game, Monday night game, we have San Francisco at Minnesota, and the Vikings are getting 7 points.
You're gonna see a wounded animal this week. You're gonna see a pissed off wounded animal.
49ers.
Yeah. Minnesota, I think, still goes winless. I love Minnesota, but they don't have a Justin Jefferson. They have no valid threat. Will they get garbage time? Yeah, but I really think the 49ers are gonna come out and go ham on Minnesota. And I could be wrong because I thought the same thing last week, but in all honesty, they don't have the same level of competition. I don't think that they can. If I look at apples to apples or try and compare, it's not even
The skill set on each side of the ball and special teams is.
And we thought Jordan Addison was going to go off.
And let's just be real.
He's just not that
If
guy.
you want to talk about a football team that is going to disappoint you, the Minnesota Vikings, along with the San Diego Chargers, are up there on that list on disappointment.
Yeah, because they're in it until the last quarter, and then you just see the last 2 minutes they somehow figure out a way to lose the game, not win it. So
Their top 10 defense goes to shit. Their offensive play calling goes to running the ball 10 times in a row. When you've thrown for 350 yards, it's hard to trust Minnesota for anything. I take Frisco this week.
yeah, I think all of us are.
Yeah.
But I wanted to note something. I hear a lot of people have been talking about the Dallas Cowboys because of the whole at the end of the first half thing and Mike McCarthy and like, do you guys not watch fucking football? Mike is what?
Expand.
So let me expand on that. Yeah, maybe some of you didn't see what happened. A lot of people in the news were talking about how Dallas had 50-something seconds to go. They didn't call timeouts because they wanted to go into the half kicking a field goal. And why do you do that other than not trusting your quarterback? Well, I'm here to tell you, I don't trust the fucking quarterback. It's that simple. When you have Dak, who in game pressure situations has been showing you over and over again, I think that's an intelligent call by a head coach to run the ball up the middle. Do I like it? No, I don't. But do I understand why? Yeah, because until Dak gets out of his slump, where as soon as we're close to a team, he starts throwing picks and loses the gosh damn game for us, I have to be the manager. I have to be the guy who says, you know what, I don't think you have it together all the way between the ears, and until you prove it to me, I'm going to manage this game. That's what we pay coaches for. Right? To manage the game. And that's exactly what Mike McCarthy did. Do I like his play calling? Fuck no, it's vanilla. It's the same shit that we talked about. Kellen Moore at least used the pieces better. So you want to know the answers to your team, it's right there. If you want to manage this guy, we'll manage him. But at the end of the day, managing something isn't risking it. You got to risk it for the biscuit.
Let me ask you this question. As a spectator, you look at it. Would you rather have a disgusted Dak for not going for it and having to run the ball, or
a pick six
or
the opposite way, right?
Or a demoralized Dak going into halftime
pisses
because he threw a
everybody.
pick six 30 seconds into halftime?
So finally, I felt
I'll
like
take the pissed off
exactly,
over demoralized all
exactly,
day.
because you know what, pissed off Dak plays well. You've seen him create moves on the ground. You've seen Dak finally wake up and go, you know what, I have something to prove now because the coaches are putting me in my fucking place. It's that simple. He created a lot of those plays that were out of nothing, and you have to give it to him. And what Micah said about the Cowboys being unfairly scrutinized and all, yeah, because you're America's team, they're all eyes on you. Believe me, guys, I hear it as a fan. There's people that don't even watch football, and they're like, oh, haha, the Cowboys lost. You're like,
Yankees and the Dodgers in baseball.
it's the same thing because you know
Lakers
what?
and the Bulls in basketball.
So if I'm willing to take the tagline, America's team, then I gotta take the trash that goes with it, Micah. I love Micah to death. That's my guy. You guys know how much I'm big up on him. Micah,
Yeah, but
you're still young. I get what you're
but
saying.
He's talking about
how it's unfair.
He's talking about analysts, though.
Yeah.
Analysts aren't supposed to have favorites.
Yeah, but they have bias.
Yeah.
They're all Cowboys haters.
I
They're very
understand that.
Cowboys lovers.
What people have to understand now is all the new analysts are ex-players.
Yeah, that's the problem. But I can tell you one thing though. I can tell you one thing.
You're supposed to be non-biased.
In baseball, I can tell you one thing, they aren't like that. I hear Derek Jeter talk about, yeah, we were down 0, we were up 3-0 and we lost in our series. Like he talks about their faults.
And he talks about how he still can't stand to think about those series against Boston Red Sox.
And then he's talking about it next to Big Papi,
Yeah.
David Ortiz, who was the guy that came back on him.
Yeah, but you're also not. It's not that physicality of football. You know, it's like you and I both talked about it. If you played the game of football, it's the closest thing you can get to a fight. So of course there's higher emotions in this game. But like you said, why can't we just be gentlemen and talk about it?
Yeah, well-
It boils down to that. That Dallas is going to get over scrutinized because you have the tagline of being the most successful franchise in human history, sports franchise across all sports. We have the microphone on us all the time. We have the microscope on us all the time because you know what? Everybody's watching.
You know what? I have a bone to pick too.
What's the Monday night game?
That was the Monday
Already
night
went.
game. I do have a bone to pick too before we end this video. I know we talk about Max Crosby and being on the Raiders, and he's a great defense player, but he does not get recognized.
No, he's a monster.
He does not get recognized. Do you know Nick Bosa, when he first came into the league, his first year, they had him #1 defensive player. Want to know something? You know who had more sacks than him? Max Crosby did, but he plays for the Raiders, so he didn't get recognized. Fuck you guys. Max Crosby's a beast.
The Raiders
Fuck
only
guys.
get recognition
Oh.
for negative things. They only get recognized
Yes.
for drunk driving,
Yes.
negative coaching,
Shooting guns,
improper
gun
emails,
pointing in the
sexual
fucking-
harassment.
Exactly.
Hey, they're the bad boys of NFL.
Hey, listen, I'm a bad boy too, baby. Come holler at me. Anyways,
Diddy.
we done. Like, subscribe, bro. I say all of it on time. Comment down anything you want to comment. You guys know the deal. It's grind time.